Good afternoon. I'm Phil Dubois, the Chancellor of UNC Charlotte. Today marks the anniversary of the most tragic moment in the history of our university. On this day, 1 year ago, we experienced the unimaginable when a gunman opened fire in one of our classrooms, taking the lives of 2 of our students and injuring 4 others. Over the course of the subsequent hours, our students, faculty, staff, and campus community were locked in fear as the unthinkable became reality. In the days and weeks that followed, we mourned the loss of Reed and Riley, along with their families and friends. We prayed for the full recovery of Drew, Emily, Rami, and Sean. We came together as a community and united in our grief. We marveled at the response of the many first responders, including UNC Charlotte police officers, who were the first in the Kennedy building and who secured the individual responsible for such horrific violence. To them, we owe a debt of gratitude. We watched the greater Charlotte community rally around us, our injured students, and the Parlier and Howell families. The city skyline glowed green, at the same time both a symbol of sadness and one of community. Today's virtual remembrance will not be the last time we talk about April 30th, 2019. It's part of our essential history, no matter how painful. We'll use this time today and in future years to remember, reflect, and recommit to maintaining a campus that is as safe and secure as we can possibly make it, while remaining true to the values of free inquiry and open access to education that are the hallmarks of any great university community. Going forward, the campus memorial that will be constructed in honor of the victims will be an enduring reminder to everyone who sets forth on this campus that their lives mattered to their families, to their friends, to Charlotte, and to us. As I've said before, we will not be defined by the tragedy of April 30th, but by the strength of our collective response. Thank you for standing strong with Niner Nation and for joining us for this remembrance.
Good evening. My name is Chandler Crean, and I've been honored to serve as UNC Charlotte's 2019-2020 Student Body President. I remember April 30th like it was yesterday, as I stood outside the football stadium with other students waiting to enter the last day of class concert. I had no idea that evening would turn into a nightmare. Reed, Riley, Drew, Emily, Rami, Sean, and the entire class were just like every one of us. They were our age, we attended the same university, shared classrooms, walked the same campus, and called ourselves 49ers. That night, our understanding of who we were and what challenges we might face shifted dramatically. The next day, Niner Nation came together to stand tall in a time of need, to care for one another, support one another, and to grieve together. It was inspiring and breathtaking to see so many thousands of students, alumni, faculty, staff, and community members gathered in Halton Arena and the Star Quad, sending the powerful message that we would not be defined by this event, but rather by our collective strength. What matters as ever is what's in our hearts, how we honor the victims, survivors, and all those impacted by the tragedy, and where we go from here, stronger together as one Niner Nation. I'd now like to introduce an original video created by faculty from the College of Arts and Architecture. Video design and graphics are by Jeffrey Murphy, Associate Professor of Digital Media and Photography, with the original composition by John Allemeier, Professor of Composition.
Good evening, Niner Nation. I'm Don Dahler, a correspondent for CBS News and a proud UNC Charlotte alumnus from the class of 1991. I'm coming to you tonight from my home in New Jersey. My plans were to be with you this evening, but as you know, our world is in an uncertain place and time. However, perseverance is a hallmark of Niner Nation. While we need to continue supporting our families and communities during this unprecedented time, it is essential that we, as Niners, honor today and remember in particular the lives of Reed Parlier and Riley Howell. When I first learned of the events of April 30th, like many of you, I was stunned. I was shaken in disbelief that such a tragedy could take place on our campus, in our home. I can only imagine how terrifying it must have been for those in the classroom, for the community on campus, and for the loved ones learning of the events unfolding. Each of us has our own experience, but we all share in the same sorrow and pain. Reed and Riley were extraordinary young men, stolen from the world before their time. Each one had more love to give, they had their unique dreams to pursue, and their exceptional talents to share. Reed and Riley both meant the world to their family and friends. We can't know what life will bring or how any of us will be tested along the way. What we can do is aspire to live noble lives, selfless lives, with passion and purpose. Both Reed and Riley were shining examples of this. If we pause for a moment and consider what their sacrifice means in terms of our current circumstances, I would venture to say that what unifies these two tragic moments is the willingness to sacrifice for others, to give of oneself so fully that it bestows upon the rest of us a spirit of dedication to the greater community and the better good. Today, we pay tribute to Reed and Riley with performances of one of each of their favorite songs. We'll begin with a song Reed was fond of, Mr. Blue Sky, a fitting rendition for his generous and caring nature. Reed was a sophomore computer science major, a graduate of the highly regarded Central Academy of Technology and Arts, and an aspiring video game developer. He was thoughtful with his gifts, volunteering his time as a computer programming tutor for middle school students. Reed was a kind, independent thinker with a quiet and loving soul. Mr. Blue Sky by Electric Light Orchestra will be performed by two members of the band Water from Fire, featuring alums John Woodall from the class of 2012 and Kevin Brawley from the class of 2013.
Sun is shining in the sky, there ain't a cloud in sight. It stopped raining, everybody's in a play, and don't you know, it's a beautiful new day, yeah. Running down the avenue, see how the sun shines brightly in the city, on the streets where once was pity. Mr. Blue Sky is living here today, hey. Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Hey, you with the pretty face, welcome to the human race. Celebration, Mr. Blue Sky's up there waiting, and today is the day we've waited for. Oh. Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Hey there, Mr. Blue, feels so good to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at you. Hey there, Mr. Blue, We're so pleased to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at you. Mr. Blue, you did it right. But soon comes Mr. Knight, creeping over. Now his hand is on your shoulder. Never mind, I remember you this. I remember you this way, Mr. Blue Sky. Please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Hey there, Mr. Blue, we're so pleased to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Everybody smiles at you. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-bum, 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 ba-ba-da-ba-da-bum.
We now remember Riley through one of his favorite songs, American Dream, an apt expression of his love for freedom and his keen sense for the true essence of life. Riley was a junior environmental science major with a love for adventure. He found his joy in the mountains, kayaking at the lake, and cooking. He was an avid Star Wars fan with a passion for life and an incredible sense of humor. Riley was upbeat and positive and always putting others ahead of himself. Here again are John Woodall and Kevin Brawley from Water from Fire performing American Dream by Switchfoot.
When success is equated with excess, the ambition for excess wrecks us. As the top of the mind becomes the bottom line, where success is equated with excess. If your time had been nothing but money, I start to feel really bad for you, honey. Baby, honey, put your money where your mouth's been running. If your time had been nothing but money, I want out of this machine. It doesn't feel like freedom. This ain't my American dream.
All right.
I wanna live and die for bigger things. I'm tired of fighting for just me. This ain't my American dream. Success is equated with excess. When you're fighting for the beam of the Lexus, as the heart and the soul breathe in, the company goes where success is equated with excess. I want out of this machine. It doesn't feel like freedom. This ain't my American dream. I wanna live and die for bigger things. Tired of fighting for just me. This ain't my American dream. Baby's always talking about a ring. Talking's always been the cheapest thing. Is it true? Would you do what I want you to? If I show it with the right amount of bling, like a puppet on a monetary string. Maybe we've been caught singing red and white and blue and green. That ain't my America. That ain't my America. American dream. This ain't my American dream. This ain't my American dream. I wanna live and die for bigger things. Wanna live and die for bigger things. Tired of fighting for just me. This ain't my America. This ain't my American dream. I wanna live and die for bigger things. 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 Wanna live and die for bigger things.
Good evening. My name is Kevin Brawley, your Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs at UNC Charlotte. From the moment I returned to campus 3 years ago, after a 21-year absence, I felt like I was coming home. In the time I'd been away, this campus and community grew in significant ways, yet one thing remains true. UNC Charlotte's strength is its people, and for me in particular, its students. My greatest joys and successes have been working with and for Niner Nation to help them achieve their goals and dreams. But never did I feel that strength more than immediately following the tragic events of April 30th, 2019. Not only did the university unite in support, but indeed the entire city, region, and state rallied around us under the common mantra of Charlotte Strong. On campus, notes, cards, candles, and flowers adorn the steps of the Kennedy Building and the beloved statue of Norm the Niner. A campus vigil 1 year ago today drew thousands to Halton Arena in shock and disbelief, but also in unity and commitment to one another. The city of Charlotte turned its skyline green and shed tears of sorrow with us. Hundreds of citizens attending a professional golf tournament and the golf players themselves penned messages of sympathy for the families and well wishes for the injured. In the weeks that followed, we appointed a Remembrance Commission composed of our university and broader community to consider how best to remember Reed and Riley and the events of that day. Plans are currently underway for several initiatives, including a focal memorial and commemorative space in Belk Plaza between the front of Kennedy and the recently completed Ellipse and Fountain. We will share these plans with the community as we continue to make our university a home for all of Niner Nation, past, present, and future. Thank you for joining us this evening, for honoring Reed and Riley, for paying tribute to our 4 injured students, Drew, Emily, Rami, and Sean, Professor Adam Johnson, and all of the students in LBST 2213, and for the strength and resilience our Niner Nation family shows every day. We are all Niners. Once again, we're joined by alumni John Woodall and Kevin Brawley with Water from Fire for the performance of Home.
When you search for silence and all you find is violence, your head begins to rule over your heart. All of these shattering images start to pull you back in, slowly tear you apart. once before, kneel by your bed and silently swore that after that day you would fight no more. The fight's just begun for you, my friend. When it seems you're stuck in a war that you can't win, and all of the memories and all of the times that buried inside you, they're not left behind. You were not meant to carry this weight on your own. You can call on me and I'll carry you home. Home to your love, home to your life, home to the one sleeping safe by your side, home in the place you know you can be home. Brothers and sisters, come home. Brothers and sisters, come home. Take all of the pain from all of this fight. I want none of this darkness and all of your light. Give you all of the glory with all of my voice. All of this chaos and all of the noise disappears when you cover my heart from above. Surrounded in grace, surrounded in love. I still know I'm not perfect, and I'll never be. I'll keep fighting for you, 'cause you're fighting for me. You were not meant to carry this weight on your own. You can call on me and I'll carry you home. Home to your love, home to your life, home to the one sleeping safe by your side, home in the place you know you can be home. Brothers and sisters, come 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 home.
We will now honor and pay tribute with the ringing of the bell. It will be rung 7 times, 2 times to recognize Riley and Reed, 4 times to recognize Drew, Emily, Rami, and Sean, and 1 time to recognize all the students present in the classroom that day.